Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Fun Guy Flips.
This is our midweek episode, which means that it's time to see what we sold over the last week, and we'll teach you something about reselling.
Yeah, and this week we're going to show you how we package some of our stuff. Just some different examples of some stuff that we have going out this week and how we package it.
So stay tuned.
I guess we could say today we have entirely video game stuff going out.
Yes.
For everything.
Everything.
Even
much. The book is.
Even the book is video game
related. Yeah.
Let's see what we sold.
Yeah, thank God for video games, or else we wouldn't have sold anything in the last couple days. So, we sold Mortal Kombat Armageddon disc only, AO1C.
All right. This is a PS2 game. Yeah.
Yes, sorry.
Mortal Kombat Armageddon. Disc only. I think I picked this up the other day for $1. So, how much does this one sell for?
$7.95 plus shipping.
$7.95 plus shipping. And we've been using these plastic jewel cases, but I've noticed an issue with these. Maybe worth mentioning. When we put them into a bubble mailer, I don't like it because I feel like it's going to break. So we've actually been putting these into boxes, and I might just try to collect DVD cases instead.
Alright, and we have the NFL Street 2 for PlayStation 2 at AO1C, I'm guessing, because there's no label. So.
Oh, I hadn't put these away in the system yet. NFL Street 2 for PS2. So this we just picked up off of Facebook Marketplace with a home PlayStation system for $30. Came with like 8 or 10 games. This was one. How much did this one sell for?
$28 plus shipping.
$28 plus shipping for this. Yeah, so that pretty much pays for everything almost.
Alright, and we have Blitz the League for PS2. This also sold before, but I'm guessing it's AO1C.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's either there or it's in this tote here that I haven't also put away. NFL Blitz. So I guess it's not NFL. Midway. Blitz the League PS2. So this also came in this lot with the PS2. How much does this one sell for?
$11.95 plus shipping.
$11.95 plus shipping. Yeah, so now we're in the profit. Or broken even or something.
Yeah. Up next is Diablo 3 Book of Cain hardcover, BO6C.
BO6C. So, Diablo Book of Cain. This I picked up in a lot with a whole bunch of big box PC games. So, I didn't think this would ever sell. How much did this sell for?
$14.95 with free shipping.
$14.95 free shipping. Awesome.
Okay, and we sold Freak Style for PS2. Doesn't have a code, so I'm guessing AO1C.
That one I think is still in the bin because I listed it last night. Well, this game definitely doesn't disappoint. I think we've sold 3 or 4 of these over the last couple months.
Yeah.
So how much did this one sell for?
$9.95 plus shipping.
$9.95 plus shipping. Freak Style.
And we have the Sega Genesis Model 2 console bundle lot, 2 controllers and 5 games tested. Doesn't have the tracking, so.
I got that in the tote also. Alright, so this is a Sega Genesis Model 2 with a bunch of games. Got 5 games. Sonic 2, Sonic 1, and a couple of sports games, including some Maddens. This came with 2 controllers. A 6-button and a 3-button controller. I don't know if all of this is worth mentioning. Beautiful system. Got this. Where did I get this? Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, they don't disappoint there. Got this off of Facebook Marketplace with all the Super Nintendo games, loose Sega Genesis games, and Star Wars toys the other week. You can see that in one of our earlier videos. How much did it sell for?
$80 plus shipping. $79.95 plus shipping.
$80, $79.95 plus shipping. Awesome. All right, so we received a message on eBay today inquiring about getting a lower price for one of our items. It was a Sega Genesis that isn't working. Buyer then reached out and said, hey, interested in this item and this item and this item and this item and this item, and can we work out a deal? So we went back and forth for a little while and landed on a deal. I'm going to cut the cost about 30% off of our asking listing prices and combine all the shipping to save a ton of money for them. And they bought 17 items. Yeah. 17 items.
Some of them are listed together. Like we have BioShock 1, 2, and Infinite Trilogy together as one listing. But altogether, yeah, it was 17 separate different items. So
yeah, so let's see what we got here.
Yeah. All right, so up first is the Magnavox Odyssey 2 computer console with 5 games for parts repair. Doesn't have a listing, so.
It is right here. I just listed this one this morning. Magnavox Odyssey 2. Just listed this one this morning. It has an issue with the video output. So listed it for parts. It's got a couple of games in there and everything you need, all the hookups. So this person said that they're going to fix this and keep it for themselves. So they're excited. I'm excited that it's gone. And
we took an offer of $40 for it, so.
$40. Got this one at the auction a while ago. I don't remember how much we paid.
I don't either.
Probably $40.
No.
No, I don't think we paid very much at all for this. So.
Are the games inside?
Games are inside. It's all packed up. Okay. That's why I got the wrap around it just to keep it closed. Cool. Excellent. $40 plus shipping.
All right, these are all A01C, so
right.
I don't know.
Maybe I'll just go stand over there and you can call them out. Make this a little more efficient.
All right, we've got Halo Reach for Xbox 360.
Should be over here. Halo Reach. All right, I got Halo Reach.
We've got BioShock 1, 2, and Infinite Trilogy for Xbox 360.
All right.
We've got the Microsoft, 360 Mass Effect 2 and 3. We've got Fallout 3 for Xbox 360.
All right.
We've got SpongeBob for Wii. It's Creature from the Krusty Krab.
Excellent.
We've got the Drawsome Games Sketch Class Artist Draw Tablet with games.
Drawsome.
That's A01C as well.
Clearing out a lot of space here.
Super Smash Brothers Brawl for Wii.
Alright, so we got this big old pile of games over here. I'll start here. We got the Drawsome games for Nintendo Wii. Comes with a little sketch pad and a pen. Tested and working. And also for Wii, Super Smash Brothers Brawl. I think that's complete. We got SpongeBob SquarePants, Creature from the Krusty Krab. And we got for Xbox 360, Fallout 3. Got Mass Effect and Mass Effect 2 and 3. Looks like we're missing the first one. And then we got a BioShock bundle with BioShock, BioShock 2, and BioShock Infinite. Excellent games. And Halo Reach.
Alright, this person is also getting the Sony PlayStation 2 DualShock wired controllers that don't work, both sets of them.
Okay, are they both in the same spot?
A01B.
I usually keep them right down here. Alright, so they purchased 4 DualShock controllers, the PS2, the cart's not working. Excellent.
And And the last thing is a Sega Genesis 16-bit Model 1 for repairs not working. Doesn't have a list.
Yeah, it's in the tote over here because they have not put it away yet. Stuff is flying off the shelves. It's not even making it to the shelves. So Sega Genesis. This one I cleaned up, tested it. Wasn't reading games. So outputting video, not reading games. So I don't have the time or energy. Case in point to fix these things when they get too complicated. So just selling off for parts, and this person can hopefully fix it and make something out of it. So all of this is going to be bundled into one box, with the exception of the gigantic Odyssey.
Okay, I was
hoping. Which will be shipped on its own.
You did say that to them?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so they'll pay separate shipping for that. They already did, and then we'll just adjust the cost down for this whole lot for them. So.
And how much did they pay for all of it?
How much did they pay for all of it? I think the Odyssey sold for $40 plus shipping. Mm-hmm. And then the rest of all of this sold for, I want to say 68, 70 bucks, something like that, for everything, which was, it was about $100 worth of stuff. So kind of a deal. Get it all out of here.
We have the Harry Potter limited edition box set lockable chest. B06D.
Alright, this is a big boy. Big old Harry Potter chest with all 7 hardcover books.
And the stickers.
And the stickers. How much does this one sell for?
$130.15 plus shipping.
$130.15 plus shipping. I think that was a 7% offer.
Yes.
And this came from Gina's personal collection. I think we're all out of your collection.
Yep.
So, there you have it. Harry Potter.
Alright, we've got the Time Crisis 2 and GunCon 2. It doesn't have a location, so.
That is because I've never located it. Alright. This is a cool piece. This came with that PS2 lot that I picked up on Facebook Marketplace the other week. We've been selling off all the games. I think we're just about through it. So this was Time Crisis 2 with the GunCon 2. How much did this one sell for?
$79.95 plus shipping.
$79.95 plus shipping. Awesome.
Alright, we've got the Need for Speed Underground 2 for PlayStation 2. Doesn't have a thing, yeah.
Yep, I just moved this one out of the way to get the gun. Need for Speed 2 for PlayStation 2. I want to say this also came from that PlayStation lot, but might have also come from another PlayStation lot that I just bought. So, in any case, how much did it sell for?
$24.95 plus shipping.
$24.95 plus shipping.
Alright, this one is funny to me that we even sold it, but Welch's Winnie the Pooh's Grand Adventure Search for Christopher Robin Locked Cup. XO3C.
XO3C. This one doesn't surprise me because I knew it would sell when I bought it because it was that cool of a piece. Alright, so this one's from way back in the day. I can tell because it's not even bubble wrapped. Alright, there it is in all of its glory. Who wouldn't want that?
Sold for $7.96 plus shipping. It was sold on our 20% off discount.
Awesome.
Okay, I am very excited that these sold. Vintage 1950s to 60s Coco Chanel gold rim glasses, set of 2, but there's 2 sets sold. Y02D1.
These glasses are bubble wrapped, so if you can't see them that well, we'll just throw a picture of the listing up so you can see what they look like. So tell us a little bit about these.
Yeah, so I picked these up at the thrift store for $1 a piece. I looked them up and they had sold a set of 4 for $850, which is bananas. But people had them listed for much less. So someone had one listed for 100 and somebody else had one listed for 50. So we decided to put 2 up for 75. And we sold 2 sets of them for $150. So that we bought 10 altogether, so that more than makes up for it. So
Cha-ching.
yeah. We still have 2 sets left of the ones at this price, and then we had one set where the gold rim was a little bit more tarnished, so that one was set to 60. So
Awesome.
we still have that one left too. All right, and we have Crash Bandicoot Tag Team Racing with manual. This one doesn't have a thing, so.
Okay. This one might already be put away, but we just never inventoried it. Yeah, I just set them here. So Crash Bandicoot Tag Team Racing for PS2. How much did this one sell for?
$8.95 plus shipping.
$8.95 plus shipping. Can't go wrong with Crash Bandicoot. Alright, so just got all these orders picked, and it's about to start shipping them, and something else sold, so I guess I'll pick that real quick too. This one is a Simpsons Clue 2nd edition. And I didn't get to put this one away yet either. Sold literally overnight. So this one we picked up at the super gigantic yard sale in Allentown just the other day, and sold for $15.95. Got this for $1, so not a bad deal at all.
We have the Vintage Royal China Jeanette Cherry Pie Deep Dish Pie Plate.
That's a mouthful.
With recipe.
Oh.
XO4C.
Alright. This comes with a recipe, huh? Alright. Vintage cherry pie plate with a recipe. Unfortunately, for copyright reasons, we have this blurred by bubble wrap.
No.
I'm just kidding. So how much did this sell for?
$9.85 plus shipping. It went out on offer, so we did like a 7% off.
Okay. Remember where we got this one?
Yes, at the Catastrophe Church sale.
Beautiful. For how much?
For $1.
$1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
$1 and about $10.
Yeah.
Cool, cool, cool.
Yep. All right. Next is the 2002 Care Bear Jumbo Plush Yellow Sunshine Funshine.
All right. That's a mouthful too.
Yeah. Y01B.
All right, that's not far away. So this we picked up at a local thrift store. We picked up a whole bunch of these. I think they were
$5 each.
$5 each? Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, we sold off a bunch of these for, I want to say they were 30 or 40 bucks a piece.
Yeah, it's $29.95.
Yeah, and this one was $29.95?
Mm-hmm, plus
awesome.
shipping.
$29.95 plus shipping. These, they're hiding. So I guess we'll show you a picture on the screen.
Oh.
Alright, so we got a bunch of video game stuff going out. How about I go over there and you just call out the name of the game and the system it's for, and I'll pick them all together.
Okay, we'll do 3 of those in a row.
Cool.
They're all for Wii.
Alright, that makes it easy.
Mario Kart Wii.
Mario Kart Wii.
Wii Sports.
Wii Sports.
And Super Mario Galaxy 2.
And Super Mario Galaxy 2. I was actually able to get over here the other day and organize this. Put it all in alphabetical order by system. And man, is it so much easier to find games now. Plus we've been selling them, so there's a lot of room. Before it was kind of jumbled in there. Alright, so I got a whole bunch of games and a system and a bunch of extras like Guitar Hero with the guitar and all that good stuff off of Facebook Marketplace the other day. Listed a whole bunch of games. I think pretty much almost all of them went out with the exception of a couple Sonic games, and that sort of pays for the entire lot. So I still have a system with like 20 games and balance board and a whole bunch of stuff to list yet, and it's all in the profit. So let's go right down the line here. We got Mario Kart Wii. How much?
Oops, sorry. $29.95 plus shipping.
$29.95 plus shipping. And then we got the good old Wii Sports. I think this lasted. I listed it, and then I went to go get my coffee from the kitchen, and it sold. Love this game so much. How much did this one sell for?
$19.95 plus shipping.
$19.95 plus shipping. And then we got Super Mario Galaxy 2.
$24.95 plus shipping.
$24.95 plus shipping. Excellent.
All right, we have Inkheart Trilogy box set, BO6A.
All right. That should be right around here. Inkheart Trilogy box set. So these sell. This one, on the other hand, some of the books are a little rough, so we had to price it down a little bit, take a lot of pictures of it. But it did sell. How much did this one sell for?
$9.95 plus shipping.
$9.95 plus shipping. Awesome. And we got this from a friend who was downsizing a whole bunch of stuff. So, yeah, otherwise, I don't know if I would have picked it up, but we had it, so we sold it.
And I've got two more video game things that
video game things.
They're going to separate people. But if you want to go over there,
yeah,
and then I can read it off.
Show me what you got.
The Link's crossbow training with the zapper gun.
Link's crossbow training with the zapper.
And the Mario Kart with steering wheel.
Mario Kart with the steering wheel. Excellent. So this all came from that lot that I was just talking about on Facebook Marketplace. How much did the Mario Kart sell for?
Mario Kart sold for $34.95 plus shipping.
$34.95 plus shipping with the steering wheel. And how much did Link go for?
Link went for $14.95 plus shipping.
$14.95 plus shipping. I actually picked this gun up a couple months ago at a thrift store in hopes of finding this game to pair it with it, because it sells pretty easy when they're together. Case and point.
Alright, and we have the original Snoopy snow cone machine, BO1C.
Snoopy snow cone machine. It's the original, but it's not the original, if that makes sense. New design. So this one we picked up at the auction. You found it there. You remember how much we paid for this?
$2.
$2 hairs. Nice. And how much did this one sell for?
$9.95 plus shipping.
$9.95 plus shipping. Awesome. Somebody's going to get their snow cone machine on.
Alright, we have the vintage Corningware blue cornflower 6-cup coffee teapot with lid. Doesn't have a location.
This one we just listed, so it never got put away yet. Picked this one up at a church sale, I believe. How much did you pay for this thing?
$1.
$1 hair. How much did we sell it for?
$9.95 plus shipping.
$9.95 plus shipping. Corningware teapot. Then next to it, what do we got here?
The Schlag Hall and Closet Plymouth Design Bright Brass.
Bright brass. Doorknob. So this is one that we have a deal worked out with the local hardware store. Sell some of their older stock, and we all make out. How much did this one sell for?
$9.95 plus shipping.
$9.95 plus shipping. Awesome. Schlag. Alright.
Alright, next we have the 1985 Cabbage Patch Kids Preemie Boy doll AO3B.
And this dude's just chilling in a bag. So I guess I can pull him out of the bag. There we go. Little preemie Cabbage Patch doll. from the 80s. How much did this one sell for?
$29.95 plus shipping.
$29.95 plus shipping. I have to assume we got this from the auction because we
Yeah.
got a bunch of these from the auction.
Yep.
So, super cool.
All right. Up next, we have the Hogwarts Library 3-book set, B06B.
So, I guess I lied on an earlier video when I said that we had completely liquidated your Harry Potter collection because it looks like we still have a remnant here. So, this came from Gina's personal collection. And it sold for how much?
$11.95 plus shipping.
$11.95 plus shipping.
Next is 3 vintage Pizza Hut Flintstone Kids glasses. DOT2D Box 2 F-Stone Kids 1.
D02D. Okay.
Box 2.
Doesn't exist anymore. So
Oh,
this is
good.
just one that we didn't update. But they are one of these blue boxes here. So this one will definitely throw a picture up on screen.
Yeah.
So I think this came from a huge lot of glasses that we got from
The auction.
the auction
Yeah.
a while back. Super into profit for those. So these are just some remnants that haven't sold yet. This one sold on 20% off.
Yeah.
For how much?
$11.96 plus shipping.
$11.96 plus shipping. Flintstone Kids.
WWE Supreme Teams D Generation X Series, Shawn Michaels and Triple H, X01B.
These two are rubber banded together. I think these came in a set together. That's why I sold them this way, because they no longer have their box. Got these probably in a lot with a whole bunch of other ones that I bought last summer. How much did these sell for?
$12.95 plus shipping.
$12.95 plus shipping. I don't know a whole lot about wrestling figures anymore, about who's who. These guys I know because they're from back in my day. Back in my day, I usually try to pick these up for about $1 or $2 if I can, and they're in good condition. That's about what I got these for.
Okay. Pokemon Ranger and the Temple of the Sea DVD with Pikachu's Island Adventure, no location.
Oh, Pokemon Ranger and the Temple of the Sea with bonus Pikachu's Island Adventure. This one surprised me. I knew it was Pokemon, so should be worth a couple bucks. How much did this one sell for?
$29.95 plus shipping.
$29.95 plus shipping. Probably could have got a little bit more, but there's a couple issues with it, but it works, and it's Pokemon.
Okay, this is the White Sheep Animal Collection Sandwich Plate, CO2D1.
Alright, we've got this sheep here. I don't know what else there is to say. So,
Picked it up at the Richland Town yard sale for like $2 a plate. Thought they were going to be worth more. Some of them were, but this one wasn't. So it was $7.95 plus shipping.
$7.95 plus shipping. Should have kept these. I kind of like them.
Alright, so I'm going to show you the way that we package a couple different items throughout the week here. We're going to start with some of this stuff that we're shipping out today, show you some of the different packaging that we use. This is how we do it. Not telling you this is how you should do it, but this is what works for us, and maybe you can take something away from that. So, first thing we got is a video game. Come in a little DVD box. Super easy to ship. All you got to do for this one is throw it in a bubble mailer. Alright, so, before somebody gets it, I just want to give it one last quality control. Take a look at it, make sure everything looks in order, and it does. And then we provide a little note. Kind of says, thanks for your purchase, and if you have any problems, please reach out to us. And we just slide all that in there. Slap it together, and that's good to go. So one thing that's helpful for me when I'm packing a whole bunch of orders is I'll pack them all
and then I'll go through and do the shipping labels. So I'll just write something on here so I know what this is. So this is Mario Galaxy. So I just write MG on it. So if you can see it, you don't see Mario Galaxy written on somebody's thing and somebody wants to steal it. Weigh it. Weighs 7 ounces. And I know that this is 9 by 7 by 1, so I don't have to measure it. And not a lot of protection, but it's enough because we don't really have any issues with these. Alright, so here's a good example of something that doesn't weigh much, but it's really big. It's a stuffed animal bear, and we all know if a package weighs a lot, it's going to cost a lot, right? But if it's bigger, it's going to go by dimensional weight. So the bigger it is, doesn't matter how much it weighs, it's going to cost more. So I'm going to try to jam this down into a smaller box that is 1 cubic foot, because that's where we start to break that dimensional weight gap. All right, so these boxes I keep on hand, they're 11 by 11 by 11 on the inside, which means they're 12 by 12 by 12 on the outside, cubic foot. So we're going to take this Care Bear here, carefully place him into this box, and we don't want to wreck him, but he's alright to smush, so we're just gonna smush him down. Yeah, go to sleep.
Need a note?
Yep. I'm gonna toss a note in there. Oh, I don't want to damage his tag. Here he is. The tags, there we go. And it looks like he smushed down without any issues. So that, we just saved a ton of money on shipping. So now we got Wii Sports in a cardboard box. So this one we could throw in a bubble mailer like we did with the other one, but I don't like doing that because it's not a lot of support. Honestly, it'd probably be fine, but I worry. So I'm going to put it into plastic for a couple different reasons. One, I can add our little note and it won't get lost. And two, we get a supply of free newspapers from our friend. So we use that as our primary packing material. And it has ink on it, so I don't want the ink to touch the products. I'll just put a little piece of paper, put the game, and another piece of paper. It's not going to add a lot of weight to this, and the size doesn't matter when it's this small and doesn't weigh anything. So we're not really going to add a whole lot of cost to this package. I don't think. If we did, it might be like the difference of 50 cents. And that one's good to go. So glassware is one of the more, it's not hard to ship, but it's not as easy as just throwing it in a box. It does take a little extra care.
Sorry. We always pre-package our glassware with bubble wrap so that the packing stage is a little bit easier.
Yeah, so this cuts down our total amount of shipping time on a shipping day. It just makes our listing process take a little longer, which is fine, I think. So all I do for these is I measure a little bit bigger than what it is. So this is about 11 inches across, so I'm going to need something with at least an inch or two of padding on either side. So I think the next size up I have is 14 inches. So I'll see what I got. So turns out I had a box here from Amazon shipment that we just got. Looks like it's a good size for this, but it's a little big going one of the ways. So I'm just going to Frankenbox it and make it so it's square. Alright, so Frankenbox complete. We now have a square box. If you want to find out how to make a Frankenbox, we have a video on that, on the basic concept of what I just did. So be sure to check that out. Basic idea that I'm trying to do here is I want to build a layer of padding under it, I want to build a layer of padding around it, and then a layer of padding on top of it. So if this thing would fall from an unknown height, it has a chance of survival because it's not directly touching any of the sides. So we got our base layer, we got this thing wrapped in plastic. This gives an extra layer of cushioning as well, and it protects it from the ink from our free packing material. provided by our friend. So, and you don't have to go super crazy with this, but depending how heavy it is, you got to take into account that the thing's going to move around if you don't put enough in, and that is not a good thing to have happen to your packages. Alright, so that's pretty well cushioned on the sides. Now we just got to give it some on top. Alright, so just enough that it gives a little bit of resistance, but not so much that you're going to break the item inside. And that one is packed. Okay, so I've had this conversation before online. Is it better to pack with paper, or is it better to pack with bubble wrap because it doesn't weigh anything? So I pay 12 cents per sheet of bubble wrap, and that's for, you know, a square foot of bubble wrap. And to pack this thing in with bubble wrap, I would have spent probably $2 on materials. Here I have my free paper material, and it weighs, I probably use less than this too, 7 ounces. So that might bump me up another pound, and we just checked on this particular package. If we added an extra pound to this package, it would cost 50 cents. So I'm gonna keep using the free paper, and if it ends up weighing a little bit more, I'm still paying less than if I used the bubble wrap. So we sell a lot of glasses, collector glasses, stuff like that. So I'll show you how to pack these up. Typically, with the larger sets, we'll have a box that's a little taller, and I'll set these on end. Basically, what I'm trying to do is just make sure that these aren't touching each other, and they're not touching the sides of the box anywhere, and they have some nice cushion, so they're kind of floating in a little paper pillow, if you will. So there's only 3 of these, so I'm going to put these into this box like so. But I'm going to build a little layer of paper underneath, build a little layer of paper around everything, and then put one on top. And it should be safe to go. So let's do that. So we got our base layer. I'm pretty aggressive with the paper because I want to make sure that this stuff is very secure in its shipment, because if this thing's going to break, in my mind, I think it's going to fall off of like a 10-foot platform somewhere on a conveyor belt, and hopefully it can survive the fall. So I try to account for that. Whether or not that's going to work, I don't know. So. Alright, there we go. We got our layer of paper around it and our layer of paper in between it. So this is pretty safe as I break them all. Watch. And then we'll just put a layer on top. Pretty generous layer so that it gives a little bit of resistance, but not too much, because we don't want to break these things either. And then this will be good to go. Yeah, so you can see a little bit of resistance, but I'm not, you know, having to put my elbow in there to close this thing up. So, and when I tape these boxes, I always over tape a little bit, and I go one across, and then I go one down the middle, and then one on the other side to secure it. If you can hear me over the tape. And that's pretty safe, I think. Yeah, Sasha.